Now I'm nervous.
Do it.
I mean, it's a fresh recording,
Fair.
so you'll lose like an episode.
Nice. You guys walk into the middle of them in the midst of their sword activity. Also, I'm realizing I might have overestimated how hard this song goes. I'm gonna rock with it. I'm just gonna lower the volume. You guys walk in the middle of Comedian and Shroud, seemingly in the midst of some sparring bout. You hope it's a sparring bout and not a betrayal, as Comedian and Shroud are. Well, Comedian is holding to the center like an anchor, tanking through Shroud's multiple angles of attack. And at one point, when she finally does go on the offensive and tries stabbing her, or tries slashing using her shield as cover, he disappears, and you guys are well familiar with the trick now, leaving a log in its place. But before he can even apparate right behind her, she's already mid arm movement, mid cocking her shield arm, and as soon as he teleports back in, he gets slammed by the shield and sent careening into what you guys hope isn't a load-bearing pillar of the stable. And he crumples at that and then falls to the ground. There's no flooring to this building, just dirt, albeit clear dirt of like shrubbery and things like that. And as he lands, a wave, like a poof of dirt and dust kicks up. Saw that coming. Grover's in the midst of working on some sort of potion, not even looking in their general direction, having clearly commandeered a large table and the appropriate boxes to make himself tall enough to stand at that table. He is just not looking. Saw that coming. You had to get wise to all that teleporting around, Shroud. At some point, you'll encounter an enemy that will begin forecasting and predicting it. He looks up from. Anvil's like stood at one of the corners, and you can see 3 books are sort of spinning around him, like this, just sort of rotating around him, like planets in orbit. And he reads them all simultaneously. Still not looking at the spar, he can just tell, he can hear it. And it doesn't help that Comedian actually can see into the future. That's alright, Shroud. You'll get her next time. I can show you guys Nova's casual token now. Because she's not dressed in her kit. She's in the midst of working on it with some assorted, I'll call it mechanical gear, artificery gear. Casual Nova. Small. Casual Nova. So, you guys enter in as Comedian is helping Shroud back up to his feet. Arnie leading you guys.
We walk in. Hawk clocks casual Nova, looks at Badger.
She's in the middle of like standing in front of her suit and essentially welding something onto it or patching some wiring. Not that your characters know what wiring is, but you got my drift. She does not have this awesome coat on though. She doesn't have that blazer on.
Badger's not paying attention to her.
Basically a tank top, yeah.
He runs for his dog.
Understand.
Oh, dog's here.
The boy!
Yeah. A man and his best friend. How's that song to it?
Man.
You've earned 1 point with Hawk.
You can redeem that point for nothing.
Let's see. Whatever. You just grab the next song. So you begin running over to your hound, your loyal doggo, who this song goes way too hard. Who's in the middle of just chilling. Like, he clearly stirred. He woke at the person being slammed into a wooden pillar thing, which is now slightly cracked and dented now, which is fun for Shroud, I'm sure. Let's go for another sunny day. That's a good one. Sunny day. So he stirred to awokenness at all that commotion, and as you begin running over, he stands up and begins running over to you, meeting you halfway, although probably a bit faster than halfway, considering I think he actually does have a faster movement speed than you.
He does.
Make a con save.
Injured.
I will happily make a con save.
Ooh, that's a fail.
+5.
You know,
Oh, my boy.
you're not too unaccustomed to Ace being enthusiastic and energetic and rushing into you. This is the first time you've done it while being halfway crippled. so as he launches into you, a relatively familiar motion, you topple and both fly into the dirt and ground as he begins licking onto your face.
Good boy.
He barks at you, and you realize you can't understand him.
Oh,
I'm gonna grab his little face and just be like, I will do anything to understand you again. Anything.
That can be arranged, but we'll get there when we get there. Grover hops off his equivocally soapbox platform that he needs to ascend to use the table. And he begins walking over to you guys. I see you're all up and active. He looks at Arnie, gives him a nod. And Arnie just shrugs like, eh? Hey! And then he begins walking over to lean on a post, but the closest one to Arnie is the one that Shroud was just knocked into. So instead of leaning on it, he just sort of examines it, begins poking at different parts of where it's splintered and dented. And then this is all happening over the course of minutes, so he's not doing this like in 6 seconds. He'll eventually decide it's not worth staying next to it and leave and go to the next farthest pillar.
Is just something playing in the background of the cutscene?
Yeah, basically. He's the comedic humor in the background. How are you all feeling? I suspect sore, exhausted, and feeling some superficial burns.
I think the word shit comes to mind. You all in agreement?
Does like the shaky hand?
Defines it pretty well.
Yeah, I
That
thought so.
is a succinct way of describing it.
Well,
Feeling like shit is not out of the parameters, I'm afraid, but it's good that you're all active and mobile.
well,
You
that's
might want to join them in their exercise. It might help your muscles begin circulating more blood and getting the toxins out of your system. It'll hurt.
Maybe in a bit.
It'll hurt, but it'll get the feeling of soreness out of you faster. As for the burns and things like that, the topical salve I've already applied to you is already deeply ingrained in your pores and things like that, so it'll do its own work. But you will need that humidifier I left behind.
Oh, it's a humidifier.
Wait, is it just literally just spritzing out water?
No, it's not.
No, it's something else. It's
But
fancy. It's Gucci water.
But for his allocation purposes, it's basically a humidifier.
Okay.
Pidgey water.
What different types of plants did you put into that thing? It was more than one.
Several, in fact, but I'll tell you about it later. He looks at the direction of Badger and Ace. You'll be happy to hear that his diagnosis was far simpler and easier. He's still young, so young things bounce back quickly.
Thank you for taking care of my dog.
I'm
You know, it's-
insinuating we're old.
You're far older than a pup.
Oh, true, but is the dog not about our age in dog years?
No, I would approximate that Ace, he does air quotes around that, is still within his first year of life.
Oh, we are a pup.
It's just
Yeah, let it be known, Ace has grown not significantly bigger since you last seen him, Badger, but he is noticeably bigger. Because dogs really do just grow that fast when they're young.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I generally thought he was like 2 or something. I didn't realize he was still such a wee baby. Aw.
Puppy. He's
Oh yeah, but all dogs are puppies, so.
Well, this one's extra at least, though.
Oh well, there we go.
Oh god, his bite
Looking
strength
at-
is stronger.
Looking at Grover now, does he have? Is there any sign of that sample he had taken?
Mm-mm.
No.
On him? No. On the table? Yes.
Yes. Huck will approach that table. Walking past Grover, I assume.
Yeah.
Limping.
Oh, maybe like perpendicular to him.
Yeah.
Are you looking? He stops. I suppose you're the person I should be talking to about that. He begins walking over and ascends up the steps to go to his soapbox platform. I don't know if you recall, but this is one sample I had grabbed from Irina. He gestures at this sprig, essentially, this shroom that set of shrooms that he collected off of her, and they still give off a red spore mist or cloud about them. And not comparatively to when you actually had Irina, only like a handful of those spores actually come aglow. Whereas for Irina, like 80 to 90% of them were aglow.
Mm-hmm. Is it currently like in a vial or something?
Yeah, it's in like a flask.
I think
Like, have you ever seen something that holds like coffee beans, something like that?
Yeah. I think he'll reach out to pick it up.
Be careful. It's in one of my high endurance high durability containers, and it's hermetically sealed. Don't worry, it's still getting air. But still, it'd be best not to agitate it too much.
He doesn't. He's quite almost reverently careful with it. He holds it up to get a closer look at it. He says, How did you find us? I assume it was you.
You mean after the Bloodstar's death?
Nuts.
He looks to Anvil.
So does Hawk.
Anvil's still in the midst of reading his 3 books simultaneously, his arms behind his back, his hands tucked onto each other. Still not looking in your guys' direction, but he can either tell by the silence or by some sixth sense that you guys are looking at him. We found you because you was the last thing standing amidst a flat plain. And because of the outsider.
Is it possible to insight check that to see if there's more?
Sure.
I don't expect a success, but
I was half thinking
unless you try.
the magic you put on Caradoc's armor as well.
Maybe.
If he
18?
trace his own stuff.
There is more than he's saying. Well, don't get me wrong. What he said is technically the truth. And
It
one
makes
could have
sense. Like a flat field, there any bump you're gonna see, you know?
Exactly. So, like, he doesn't think that all the factors that he knows were necessary to his discovery of you guys. But there is more than the couple that he just mentioned.
Jim will trust his opinion and just bite his tongue for now. It'll probably get revealed later.
And when you found us, there was no sign of her.
You speak of Irina? No. Not a spark.
He gives a small nod. It's the answer he was expecting, but not the one he was hoping for. He looks back at the flask and says, "So this is all that's left of her."
There are multiple ways you can approach that. Biologically speaking, yes. Spiritually speaking, no. Mentally speaking, no.
I did not think you were one to speak spiritually, Grover.
He looks at you, and you can't really tell. He looks more akin to a serial killer with a gas mask staring at you silently. You hope he's squinting his eyes or has some sort of compassionate expression on his face, but it's nigh impossible to tell. I know much on spirituality. There are multiple facets of it, and they're all very fascinating and interesting. But there's not one I would subscribe to. And in this case, he points at the flask. That one is rather definitive, no matter which way you look at it.
What do you mean?
How to explain this? What's inside there, I already know where your head is going. What's inside there is not Irina. No more so than the mushrooms grown around Velkester is a part of the bugbears you guys fought. There is a sense of identity, of self, that they maintained, clearly independent from the mass of shamblers and other archetypes that you have all encountered. But they are still them. That was the case for Irene as well. Her noted humanity, if you wanted to call it that. That is not present in this. This is a mushroom. A mushroom of a particular phylum and species, but a mushroom nonetheless.
I think at that, he slowly puts the flask back down where he found it.
You guys hear Nova mention lifting up some sort of welding mask, essentially, or welding goggles she has. Jeez, Grover. Way to be sympathetic, asshole. I'm merely stating the facts. There's no need to enkindle false hope. Yeah, but still, you can be nicer about it, dick. She puts back on her goggles and goes back to welding.
I should thank you then.
There's nothing to thank for.
You've saved me from having to swim upstream. Fruitless endeavor. And he looks over at Anvil. We have you to thank for getting us out of there.
Not me. Nova. She doesn't look away from her welding, she just does like a thumbs up with her free hand. Had to come back for you guys. Even if you guys might have been more like charcoal than people.
And we have all of you to thank for much. At least we can agree on that, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't need to get gushy about it. It's part of our job.
It was a part of your job. Why did we have to twist your arm to get you to help?
Also, you're being reimbursed for
It's
this?
funny
or-
you mentioned that. So you say that because Shroud, who's like sort of near Nova, just like quietly, so quietly remarks, Grover would disagree.
Do you guys get reimbursed by your bosses for doing extra things, or?
All of them except Comedian because she doesn't talk. All unanimously say no.
that is a reaction of just like, God, I wish we did. It just kind of shrinks like a tiny bit as like, ooh, sensitive topic.
Yep.
Hey Shroud, you mind going outside and grabbing my other kit? But you listen, Comedian. We're in the middle of sparring. You guys aren't sparring right now. But he stops welding, looks at him, lifts up her welding goggles, points the welder at him, senpai tax. And then she goes back to welding.
Did you say tenpai tax?
Senpai tax.
Senpai tax.
Oh
Lol.
my god.
He deflates at that and walks outside. Nova is the next closest graduate after Shroud. Shroud's not graduated yet. She's the last one. So she is Leslie.
She is pretty damn new, but also not that new.
She is his senpai. Definitively so.
I like to think that she says that, and then Jin like nods sagely, like, yes, the senpai text.
He does, and then it's
No.
he does for a second, and then it clicks in his head. It's like, wait, why does she know that?
There, that is a thing in the Views and Realms. You have to pay homage to your betters, your superiors, your mentors. All of them. One of them, I guess, chief among us is your senpai, the person that helps you along.
Senpai's rule, Koai's drool.
Actually, that brings a question about. Hey, can Jin can Jin take a glance around the place to see if he, I don't know, notices someone who may or may not be named Red just hiding around, spying on us?
Roll your perception. Good luck.
Yeah, I don't expect success on this.
Okay.
Actually, holy shit.
Maybe your paranoia is just maybe it's being paranoid because there's no one else in here.
He's extremely paranoid and also does not trust that he does not detect the person.
The eternal dance of a paranoid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't sense them right now, but that doesn't mean that they're not here. He will ask, I guess just general room. By the way, has anybody appeared in town possibly looking for me?
Not that I've heard or seen.
Alright.
No. Neither have I. But I've not been exactly looking around for such. Comedian shakes her head.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for you? I don't know about that, but there have been a couple of people that entered into town recently. I seen them in my flybys.
Jin debates if she would be seen, period. Did they... no, she probably wouldn't wear the same outfit.
Why ask? Shroud walks back in the room, carrying what looks to be like a crate of materials. Like raw material, not even like plates or anything like that. No, like more akin to ore.
They just have iron? Well, there was someone that I'm working with, a friend of a friend kind of situation. I may have communicated with them last that I might be dying witnessing the death of a god. So I'm curious on where they are. There was a giant exploding star. I'm sorry, but
That's awesome.
it was kind of cool. But I don't think she's going to enjoy being dragged away from everything she's doing.
Oh no, she's gonna be totally pissed.
I know, and I'm
What?
afraid.
She like you. It's surprising how quickly Nova closed the distance to you outside of her suit. But it's also Nova, so you're not that surprised.
Yeah,
she like
exactly.
sidles up to you. So she your girlfriend or?
No, that'd be weird.
Oh.
She might be single if you're interested. I don't know.
She quirks an eyebrow. Let me see how she looks first, and we'll maybe talk about it.
Well, that's the problem, is seeing her, but I don't know where she is. I messaged her a minute ago and saying where I am, and she says she knows, so she's somewhere in town. I just don't know where.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You got hit with the okay. You actually just got hit with the okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. She walks back to her
Yes, except for it's from a master of stealth.
Oh my god, you guys are cooked by more than well, you are more cooked than just by the blood star. She puts her weapon goggles back on.
Yes, Jane, I think you are officially fucked. Like, what's... Why would you make somebody panic like that?
I thought I was dead! Who sees a god exploding and lives?
Us, apparently.
You feel a tug at your sleeve, Jin.
He flinches.
You look to see who it is?
Is it Shroud? He does look.
It is Shroud. You said Master of Stealth.
At the very least, Shinobi. It's akin to you. I trust that her skills are matching who her friend group was, at least.
He thinks for a second. That's what that was.
But what was?
She is very good. Not the best, but very good.
You're
Shroud,
dead.
what did you see?
Yeah. Is she in the walls again?
I did not see anything. I can feel it.
Oh, that's interesting.
When did you feel it?
This was a little after you all got brought back. 2 days after. I was training and I felt something else using the shadow went down. I thought it might just be one of the townsfolk.
Be interesting if that was the case.
Are you wanting to go look for her, Jim? Would that be easier?
I honestly don't trust our capabilities to find her, and if she wants to talk, she will find me. So.
It sounds like sounds like she's gonna find you.
Yep. I was just hoping to at least be on neutral grounds.
So, is there anything you want carved on your tombs? She looks at Shred. Do you guys have tombstones? We do. So, what do you want carved on your tombstone? Well, it's not really a stone like that, Senpai. It's more like a pillar. Do you carve things on that pillar, or come on, give me something here?
You usually leave incense.
Yeah, but Yeah, but that doesn't like give me a funny bit to work with. So, is there anything else you guys do?
What do you want your gravesite to smell like?
Oh, she points her welder at you like that. Yeah, yeah. Is
What?
there anything specific?
I don't know. I'm a fan of oranges.
Ugh.
I mean,
This is his crash confused. Why is that the sticking point?
Why is that the part where you're like, ah,
Two
gross,
reasons.
gross.
One, Alec in real life hates oranges that give him migraines, and
Oh,
two,
okay.
that's a tropical fruit. Tropical Ngati Aucklands. Hello.
There's no shot you thought of that second one, like when you were saying ew.
It was definitely a reflex from Alec.
That was a good reflex. Yeah.
I appreciate you own it, and I understand, and you have my sympathies. Don't worry, you're not missing out much.
She just looks up. What? They're exotic and taste really good.
I don't have much of a taste for the exotic.
oh,
That's a fucking lie.
Yeah. If you weren't in the process of grieving, I think a couple of NPCs would be like, yeah, sure.
Mm.
You get off this time, though. You get off this time.
Yeah.
So, don't mean to steal all your mornings, but is there anything else you guys need with us?
Do you know what became of the young woman Badger recruited? Molly, I believe her name was.
Molly, last I saw, and Shroud, feel free to correct me on it. You know it. She was accompanying the refugees entering town. We had a couple of hiccups on the way, but nothing Shroud and I couldn't deal with.
Good.
I think she's still helping around town. She's a clever lass, I'll give her that, but a very, very soft-spoken.
Hmm.
She'd do better to speak up more. The world needs some bright minds to be present in conversations more often, or else the world gets run by idiots. He says, looking at Anvil, who is reading 3 books simultaneously, so you're not sure exactly what the threshold is for his idiocy versus like genius level.
I think it's more the silence part.
You guys hear a knock at the farmhouse door. Very heavy knocks.
Who is it?
Yeah, who's closest to the door, I guess?
Malhawk, yeah. I'll roll a d4. Actually, Jen, I think you're a bit deeper in the roll. I'll do a d3. Roma, congratulations.
Oh, okay. She opens it?
You see this.
Kind of. She slams the door again.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry, did I see that
She's
right?
like, she just kind of closes it, turns around and goes, "It's nothing." No.
Oh my god, that's the greatest reaction you could ever have there.
It's just let's just put this on.
Just complete disassociation.
Being summoned by the alderman.
No, we're not.
Oh, it's one of the progeny, isn't it?
Progeny.
Okay, so this is the common thing.
That ain't no progeny.
Brower looks at you guys like with like a bruh sort of like body language, and then he realizes, but he doesn't get a chance to act on it because Nova's quicker than him. You guys haven't really been to a free river town, have you?
Hawk
Now.
traveled through quite a few.
You have.
I don't have free roamer lore, but
No, but this isn't uncommon. There are towns where the entire denizens are monstrous, but they're still
Oh
human.
shit! Wait a minute.
But there are
Oh,
also,
no.
and there are towns like this where the Newman has, I'll call it agents. This isn't rare. It's not uncommon. So,
Okay.
not too stirring. It's maybe stirring every time to see what abomination a Newman has cooked up differing from the human form, but in terms of seeing such eldritch creatures as denizens of a town, not really.
Yeah.
Crash, I want you to know this is a really fucked up revelation. I don't care.
Yeah.
What? All right.
The free realm is
I
very.
think like
Yeah.
oh, Roma's hand is like white knuckled on the door, like
And I
you're
think
going to
that
fire if
suits-
you want to open this door.
I think that suits so well because you've never been outside the Ventori League.
No. Like, I mean, she's got she's got a lore thing for free realms, but like,
Then
she's never seen it.
You've always heard about it. It's like, how weird can these towns get? Like, what, they have like a horn or something? Like their skin color's red? No, you weren't expecting this.
No, the thing looks like a fucking bell end. Like, no.
They
Garth
always
had the same
fall.
thing.
Progeny?
No, that must be something specific to this town.
Okay. We're being summoned by the Alderman. We shouldn't keep him waiting.
I'll wait out here. You don't hear a move.
Thank you.
Oh no.
You're welcome.
Jin, don't talk to it.
I've always heard Freedom towns